All right, what is up, super friends? I am testing out my new gimbal setup. Anyways, I am leaving City Hall after what was probably one of the most depressing meetings that we've had in a while. The meeting is still ongoing. All that really happened in the council meeting today so far was the Morris Street bike lane. The morning was dominated by an in-camera session. We don't really know what it was, but apparently word on the street is Fred Tildy was in there giving a presentation that lasted from 10 until about noon. After lunch, council came back at around, holy fuck a crow. At 1 o'clock, council came back and they started debating the Morris Street bike lane. This was an incredibly confusing debate, mainly because the city councilors were like, well, I think this is the best idea and I really want to do this, but maybe if we capitulate to the province this time, then it'll be easier to get things done with the province in the future. And this led to a very confusing debate. This is so confusing, but essentially, I've tried a couple times now to explain this to you, which is why that jump cut just happened. And now it's gonna wait till the bridge. But essentially, a bunch of councillors like Sam White and Laura Austin were like, hey, we think Morris Street one way is the best way. We did a bunch of research and studies, and yeah, there are trade-offs, but Morris Street one way is the best way. Now, the province doesn't want us to do this, but we just want to do the best evidence-based thing. So how do we get the best evidence-based thing, even if it is the Morris Street one way? Are you stopping? Fucking pickup trucks, man. Anyways, city lawyer John Traves was like, look, if you want the best available option, including the Morris Street one-way, what you got to do is you got to rescind this motion, and then you can consider all options, including the Morris Street one-way. And councilors were like, sick, let's do that. So they rescinded the motion, and then they were like, all right, let's put Morris Street one-way back on the menu. And Traves was like, you can't do that, you just rescinded it. And everyone was like, what the fuck? So that was fun. During the debate, Councillor Tony Mancini was like, you know, we say we consulted with EHS, but we went to go talk to them and we were sitting in their office and we were like, we consulted with you. Why are you coming down against the Morris Street bike lane right now? To which the EHS guys were like, you never consulted with us. And then Brad Anguish, later on in the meeting, was like, hey, so, you know, maybe next time we go about doing these things, doing these consultations with our major stakeholders, like emergency health services, we'll maybe make sure that they're formal and on the record, and not with one guy who didn't tell anyone what he told the city, and then when he left, didn't tell anyone that he did consultation. Essentially, one of the things that I think is going to be overlooked in the Morris Street debate is that staff absolutely botched consultation by just doing the things they always did, backroom deal, or not backroom deals, but like the old boys club, you know what I mean? Anyway, so that's a bit fucked up. Anyways, the rest of the council before the dinner break was about the point in time count. Homelessness is worse than it was before, shocking. The point in time count was done in November 2024. And since then, homelessness has seen an increase in homelessness by about 20 people. Right now, it's sitting at about 1,100 and something. I don't have the number in front of me, as you can probably tell. I'm biking across the McDonald Bridge. Gorgeous shit up here. Anyways, after dinner is going to be pretty beefy too, because there's a whole bunch of really weedy procedural stuff, like the strategic plan and changing admin orders and stuff. And so I'll be covering that later. But in the meantime, I'm going to get home and eat some dinner and all that other fun stuff. So until next time, bye!